Welcome to The Anchored Man. My name is Precious Call. Again, what to do in your singlehood. Two things we've already seen so far: be in a relationship with God, striving to find your purpose so that you can live and actualize it as you trust God for a helper. Number three, and importantly, the discipline to say no during your days of singlehood. Saying no to everything that's presented to you, and just being able to say, this I'll take, this I'll not take, as you wait. Where is that coming from? When God says in chapter 2 verse 18 of Genesis, it's not good for Adam to be alone, so he'll make him a suitable helper. The next verse says, so God went and created all animals from the dust. He created beasts and fish and all these kind of things, and he presented them to Adam to see what he would call them. Notice the backdrop of that is that God has found Adam lonely. So what does he do? He goes on, does some work, presents it to Adam to see what Adam will call them. So Adam keeps on saying, he names every animal. This is a cow, this is a goat, that's a lion, that's a zebra, as they pass. And it's only until it comes to the creation of Eve, when Adam sees Eve and is able to look at Eve and not just say, Eve, pass, but something within him recognizes that this is the one. This is the bone of my bones and the flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman. I want you to notice that there was a discipline in Adam to say no to what was presented to him but was not compatible to him or for him. He said no to the animals and named them as they passed, and did not find companionship in any of what was presented to him in his state of singlehood. That's very important for us, because for us today in our state of singlehood, it's not the animals that are presented, but sometimes we tend to look around and we see everyone else. But are you disciplined enough to say no to everybody and everything that's presented to you as an option for your singlehood? Or has your singlehood pushed you to a place where whoever comes, you'll take them however they are, and you'll do the work badai, just as long as I need to find someone? If you're in that kind of a space, you're trading on murky waters. There has to be the discipline within you to say no to what's not meant for you. Can you wait? Can you be patient for these things to pass as you trust God for the right thing or the right person? Is there discernment in your heart to be able to actually recognize when the right person is fronted to you, like Adam did the moment he set his eyes on Eve? The discipline to say no in your moments of singlehood is critical and important. As a matter of fact, we usually say the discipline to saying no when single is the precursor to staying faithful when you get married. I'll say that again. The discipline to say no when you're single is the precursor to being faithful when you get married. That many times it's the fact that I know this person was able to stay disciplined when we were dating, when I was single, and because of that, I can actually take their word when we get married that they are going to remain disciplined enough and committed to this. So, very important, we have to learn the no language. As frustrating as life may be for you, young man, or even an Eve who is eavesdropping into this conversation, never allow your desperate state to get you to a place where you can compromise the weight on God, because the consequences can be very, very dire. But also, importantly for us, later on in that verse we saw, this is the second point, later on in that verse we saw that Adam and Eve were naked and unashamed. Naked and unashamed. And this is actually for people, probably you are in a relationship, relating with a girl, and you're walking down the journey towards getting married, the place of nakedness and unashamed. Of course, when we talk about nakedness, many times it's in the confines of the intimacy that's experienced in marriage. Notice the scripture is talking about nakedness and not nudity. Can I be vulnerable? Can I be open? Nudity is physical, nakedness is emotional. It's psychological. It's about feelings and thoughts and desires and fears. Does this person make me feel comfortable to be open before them, to talk about my fears, to talk about my struggles, and so on and so forth, and not feel ashamed? Do I feel this environment created when I'm working with this kind of a person? Some of the things we need to strive to create as we build an environment that allows us to thrive in our singlehood as we build up towards marriage. And how that is actually achieved is when we take time to establish friendship. Very important, critical, because it's only when I know for sure, not I think, when I know this person is my friend, that I can be able to cross the barrier and be able to have certain vulnerable conversations with them. So it's important in your singlehood to build friendships that will cultivate this kind of an environment. Not with everybody, but with the right people, with the right audience, so that there is holistic growth and relationships that are healthy and thriving. Thank you always for watching. If you have a question, we'll be happy to respond to it. God bless you. Share this with whoever you think needs it. God bless you, and see you on our next episode.